when you bring the first black woman into the royal family. Yeah. She looked at Harry and she's like, you need to get a job. You need a job. You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry.
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
Hello, Grandmother. We've returned.
Well, we're kind of packed. You snooze, you lose.
It's just for a few weeks until we get back on our feet.
There's a room with my exercise bike in it that has a pull-out sofa. You can use that. Take their bags.
Right away, Your Majesty.
When comedians are roasting actual royalty on national television without fear, without filters, and without consequences, that's not comedy anymore. That's cultural collapse. And what really stings? The audience isn't just laughing, they're enjoying it. These are the same people who once sobbed at the royal wedding, who called Meghan a queen and Harry the rebel prince. Now they're clapping as punchlines rip the couple apart. Meghan and Harry went from the future of the monarchy to meme material very fast. Remember their wedding, they were roasted brutally for it.
It's like two streams flowing separately down a mountainside. But today, our streams have joined to form one mighty river. Wider, stronger, more impactful.
Baked beans, cornflakes, lager, bog roll.
Simon Brodkin, known for his sharp tongue and bold humor, was one of the first to step in. After watching their Netflix documentary, he took the mic and didn't hold back. In front of a roaring crowd, he boldly said he hated them. He said it with the kind of straight-faced punch that made the audience explode in laughter.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. Now I've actually heard their side of the story, I hate them. If you haven't seen the documentary, lucky you.
And you could feel the shift. People were no longer walking on eggshells around Harry and Meghan. The gloves were off, then came the late-night shows. Trevor Noah walked straight into the fire with a savage joke about Meghan telling her princely husband to go get a job. The delivery was smooth, but the message was brutal.
This is huge. Harry and Meghan are leaving the palace to become financially independent. And you see, this is what happens when you bring the first black woman into the royal family. Yeah. She looked at Harry and she's like, you need to get a job. You need a job. You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry.
Imagine telling a man born into royalty to dust off his resume. Who exactly was going to employ Prince Harry? Was he going to serve lattes or fold clothes at the mall? The whole idea was so ridiculous that the joke practically told itself, and audiences couldn't get enough. Stephen Colbert took his swing next. With the audience leaning in, he cracked that Harry's most realistic job prospect was being a backup Hemsworth. The laughter didn't stop. Meanwhile, British shows weren't letting them off the hook either. They took subtle but pointed jabs at Meghan's lifestyle and their use of private jets, which hit even harder considering their loud advocacy for climate change. These are the same people who speak about environmental destruction like it keeps them awake at night, yet fly around in private jets sipping champagne from 30,000 feet.
Which a lot of fuel and like oodles of carbon dioxide pumped out into the atmosphere. So please, these celebrities who go down the green route and then get all their private jets, we've absolutely had enough of it. I do not understand why they don't see it is such a hugely hypocritical thing to do.
Things got even messier online. The internet turned them into full-blown memes. There were viral jokes about Meghan reportedly making a staff member iron her blouse 10 times.
Is this a wrinkle I see in my blouse? Who the f ironed this? I told you to iron this shirt 10 times. It looks like you only ironed it 9.
That single meme added fuel to the already blazing narrative that she was a diva. The couple's carefully crafted Netflix docuseries, which was supposed to present their side of the story, became a content minefield. Instead of empathy, they got parody. Instead of support, they got stitched and reposted across TikTok like it was an over-the-top true crime documentary.
I started off, I wanted to like them. They were making interesting points about racism and misogyny, but then they start calling each other H and M, and I just thought, oh, do fuck off. Honestly, by the time Harry was describing a particular date with Meghan as the night they, quote, pulled the pin on a fun grenade, I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew.
And just when you thought the roast had peaked, HBO came swinging with an animated cartoon titled The Prince. The series put Harry and Meghan at the center, mocking them as clueless influencers. It was bold and brutal.
That was weird.
What the f*** are you two doing here?
Hello, grandmother. We've returned.
Well, we're kind of packed. You snooze, you lose.
It's just for a few weeks until we get back on our feet.
There's a room with my exercise bike in it that has a pull-out sofa. You can use that.
But above all, it was hilarious. They were shown juggling wild ideas like pitching ketchup brands and setting unrealistic financial goals. It was funny because it was just close enough to reality to sting.
You play with them.
I brought some of my homemade ketchup. I'm coming out with a line of condiment.
We're really taking LA by storm.
Oh, fuck. There. Good as new.
The cartoon version of Harry fumbled through jobs and even showed up at an AA meeting thinking it was an acting class. You could hear the writers laughing while they were writing the scenes. And then came Saturday Night Live. Meghan was portrayed as a legal drama character from Suits, balancing her old life in the courtroom while Harry, her unemployed immigrant husband, stood beside her confused and completely out of place. The studio audience didn't even wait for the punchline. They laughed the moment the scene started.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
Family Guy joined the party too. They mocked Netflix for paying the couple millions to do absolutely nothing. Cartoon Meghan was shown pushing influencer ads, while cartoon Harry moped around, clearly regretting ever stepping away from royal life. The accuracy was so sharp, it didn't feel like fiction anymore.
That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
Then South Park rolled in and delivered one of the deadliest blows yet. They created an episode where Harry and Meghan screamed about wanting privacy while doing everything possible to stay in the public eye. That single phrase, "we want privacy," became a meme so loud that it practically took over the internet. It was on t-shirts, tweets, skits, and Instagram captions. The moment you saw Harry or Meghan trending, you knew the memes were not far behind.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
Reputable outlets like The Guardian and Variety even declared that their brand had become permanently memeable. Imagine that. Every new project they launch, whether it's a podcast, a book, a trademark, or a campaign, gets turned into viral content. Their lives are no longer seen as real life. They are seen as potential material for the next viral post.
Now, look, I want to pivot now to the royals. Prince Harry has actually been savaged as having no discernible talent and depicted by a puppet, would you believe? Have a look at this.
It is a joke. Laugh, muchachos.
Oh, Pat, you cracked me up. Not that sort of crack, obviously. I mean, not that I would have, or not that I wouldn't, but I just meant like you make me laugh. With or without stuff, you know?
De nada, muchacho.
That's your grace. I'm here to tell my truth and make a ton of money out of podcasting, as I don't have any discernible talent.
Meghan's ketchup brand pitch didn't just stay in business news. It became cartoon fodder. Harry's emotional moments didn't spark sympathy. They became reaction clips on TikTok. This is the new reality for Harry and Meghan. The newer generation sees them as walking memes first and actual human beings second. Their public image has been overtaken by satire. The laughter now speaks louder than their voices. They try to explain, but the crowd is already laughing before the message lands. One BBC sociologist even remarked that empathy is a finite resource. And for Meghan and Harry, it seems like the world ran out of it a long time ago. Their only shot at redemption might be to disappear quietly, but staying silent is not in their nature. And every time they try to reclaim their story, they accidentally hand the microphone back to the comedians. The punchlines write themselves now. Now over to you. Which of the roasts hit you the hardest and made you burst out laughing? Drop it in the comment section, share this with someone who needs a good laugh today, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a single moment of this never-ending royal comedy show. See you in the next video.